you guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Mafia May. I know I've been gone for so long. Please, I'm sorry. But today this video will be a story time. Um I've been going through some things internally, and I feel like it's because I haven't spoke about some things that have happened to me as a child and things that they affected me in my childhood and also in my adulthood. If you guys don't know, I suffer with depression, anxiety, and it's real. I used to hear people say that, oh, you don't have depression, you don't have this, you don't have that. And till it was me. So, I was taking my proper medications or whatever that was, prescribed to me. But we're gonna start with a story time about how I had a family member touch me when I was a kid. Well, touch me, my sister, and a cousin of mine when we were kids. Excuse me, y'all. This is kind of emotional because I have never talked about this with anybody besides, my mate. And I think I recently told my mom, like last year, I believe. But years ago, I can't remember exactly what age I was, but years ago, I had this cousin, and one thing about me, I love my cousins. I love my boy cousins, my girl. I love my family. I love my cousins. And because the reason why, because my cousins were very, excuse me, were very protective of us. And I know I didn't grow up with my father in my life. My dad came back later on, which I'm thankful for. So, this happened one evening. My oldest cousin, we're gonna call him, because I don't want to use nobody's names or anything like that. We're gonna call him Bob. Okay. So Bob was watching us while our parents, I don't remember what they were doing. I think they were going grocery shopping. I'm not sure. But we used to love to watch wrestling. As kids, we loved to wrestle. Like, oh my God, wrestling was our thing. And my cousin used to come, Bob used to come and be like, hey, y'all want to wrestle or whatever? And it started with just all of us wrestling and then one of us wrestling. And at the time, we were wrestling, me, my sister, and my other cousin, and Bob, our oldest cousin. We were in the room wrestling at my grandma's house. We was wrestling, and his hands started to go places where they shouldn't. And me, my sister, and my cousin, we talked about it upon one another. And I'm pretty sure when they see it, they'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But we talked about how we was gonna say, you wrong, go and tell him you supposed to be doing this, da 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 da. But we're kids, so we know we not gonna do that. So we decided to try to do it, and he was like, no, let's wrestle. And that's how that happened. So moving along, my cousin used to fondle us while wrestling. And you wouldn't think stuff like that affects you in your everyday life. And as I got older, that's how I got introduced to sex so early. So I used to get my mom used to get a lot of backlash from my aunties. Oh, Sansy's so grown, she gonna have this amount of kids, woo 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 woo. I used to always hear that, not knowing that your son is the reason why I know what I know. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure if I would have said something about it, nobody would have believed it, because who Bob was in the family, he was like, yeah, the pro. Let me just say that he was the pro. So after that happened, I felt like, well, this is what's supposed to happen. This is a part of it. That's what it is. So as we got older, my mom sat us down and had a talk with us. I was like, if any one of your uncles or touch you, let me know. And like we told my mom, like, my uncles never ever did anything like that to me. And I'm so thankful still to this day. So as I got older and life, progressed, I started getting welcome to sex. And I was, curious. And I couldn't talk to my mom about it at the time because my mom was very, very strict. And it wasn't in a bad way. It's just that she was trying to protect us, which I understand now. But me holding that in, I never talked to nobody about that. So for me to even tell y'all, it is kind of holding me back. That's why I have on my shades. So that kind of really messed me up. I couldn't believe it. So as time goes on and I go through school, I'm allowing guys to fondle me, play with me, because in my head I'm thinking that's what's right because my cousin did it to me. So that's what's right. And years ago, I don't know if my mom remember this, but I had a teacher. I was in a circle in class. I don't remember exactly what school I was in, but I had a teacher pull me from the carpet. And she saw what happened and she told me, you don't have to let people do that to you. You don't really have to let people do stuff like that to you. Me, I was just like, yes, ma'am, not knowing that it was wrong. But when my teacher did that, I knew it was wrong. And I didn't want to talk to my mom about it because I thought I was going to get in trouble because that was something that I allowed them to do to me. But anyway, fast forwarding, I lose my virginity, willingly to somebody I cared about. And I want to say later on down the line, I had this friend that I thought I could trust. Like, we were so close, like super close. I would go to his house after school. He would walk me to my mom's job and everything like that. So we got dropped off at the bus stop. I was in middle school, leaving school or whatever. And the same guy that I'm always with that I thought was my friend, he was like, come walk with me. And he was like, you'll walk with me home. I just need to get some clothes so we could go back to practice. And I was like, sure. At this time, I was at Shenandoah Middle School. So he asked me to walk with him. As we proceeded to walk, there was this construction site right behind my mama's job downtown or whatever. And I never thought anything of it. I thought we was just, walking like we normally do. So he drags me and pulls me into this little, I don't know if it was like how can I explain? It was like a driving deck, but instead of you coming out, it's like you go down in the deck. And how it was, like, as soon as you walk behind the two little brick walls, it's like you can't be seen, but you, like, the top of it, depending on your height, you could be seen. Me, I was sure I couldn't be seen. So as we proceeded to go, he snatched off my book bag, he threw me down, and he anally raped me in a construction site. And after that, I just, fixed my clothes, and I just went upstairs to my mom, like nothing was wrong. I just went in the bathroom and I washed my hands because, once again, I knew nobody was going to believe me because everybody just thought I was just this fast grown girl. So I just let it go. And then I thought he forgot about it. I didn't talk to him about it. I didn't let him know how it made me feel. So I want to say the next week, he asked me to go to the house. And this time we actually went to his house. And when we got upstairs, he was like, let me get my clothes together. So I sat in the living room. No, I sat in the living room, and I was like, okay, hurry up. So as he proceeds to come out, he like, got all my clothes. He tries to do it again, and I fight him, and I tell him, no, that's not what I want. And he stopped. And I get up, and I run out the door, and I leave. And I never told nobody that story till I went to this little college thing, and me thinking that it was comfortable, I was safe to, open up and tell everybody what happened to me, because half of these people in the group were my friends, the way I thought were my friends. And with me releasing that, they thought it was okay to take it back to the school and start a rumor between me and this guy. And at the end of the day, I never told anybody this. So I proceeded to, run away and go to my auntie house, because I don't care what I go through, my auntie always believes me and know that I'm telling her the truth. My auntie know when I'm lying, and she know when I'm telling her the truth, and I love her so much because she was the only one that believed me. She was the only one. Her and my other auntie was the only one that believed me. So, my mom was upset because she didn't know why I went, and still to this day, I didn't tell her, you know. So I went to my auntie house, and my other auntie came and picked me up, and then we got into a little altercation. My auntie was like, "Why did you do that? Why did you do this? And why did you do that?" or whatever. And like I told her, I broke down and I told my auntie what happened to me. And my auntie called my mama and explained to my mama, and my mama reaction, I would never forget this. I mean, I don't blame my mom, but my mom reaction was, she just saying that so she could get out of trouble. And still to this day, those words haunt me. I know my mom wasn't doing it out of spite. She didn't know what was going on with me. And still to this day, it constantly fucks with me. Still to this day, it bothers me heavily. Always. And like coming up, I began to get, you know, how can they say you start to smell yourself? But in my sense, I wasn't smelling myself. I was just trying to get away because I felt like I didn't fit into the person that my mom wanted me to be. So, you know, I just did what I knew. So that's why I used to always that's why I started to smoke. So I wouldn't have to deal with it, talk about it, kind of, you know, kind of my senses about the situation. So I just kept all this stuff in over the years, and it has caused me anxiety, depression. I have tried 2 suicide attempts. I have been locked up in the hospital on the suicide watch because I was so scared that I would hurt myself because I was just so tired of thinking about stuff and dealing with this crap. And I always wanted to talk to somebody about it, but I just felt like, who can I talk to without them judging me? And I want to say, at the beginning of last year, like December, I was talking to my sister, and I let her know some of the things that happened to me. And my sister was saying, excuse me, I'm sorry. And my sister just apologized to me and was telling me how sorry she was. She didn't know I went through that stuff, but I don't blame my sister because she was a kid too. We only a year apart. I don't blame my sister. But the fact that I even told her that, I told my brother too, and he was so shocked. Like, why I never told anybody, because I was scared to open up my mouth as a child. But now that I'm grown, I'm not scared, but still to the day it bothers me. I can't have a relationship with a man because I don't trust men. It's hard for me to have a relationship with men. I don't trust them. I feel like they just want one thing from me, and once they got that, they're done with me. I don't have that. I don't have that. But to hear my sister apologize for not being there, and my brother, you know, it bothered me because, like I told him, y'all was kids. We all was kids. And I wouldn't want to put my brother in a situation like that with my family feeling like, oh, I'm the one that's starting this or doing that or doing this. Because my family, we are very vocal. So if something is bothering us or somebody says something, we're going to say it. But this incident, I just could not speak on it with nobody. I just couldn't. And as the years go by, I get older and I start to smoke. And I notice when I smoke, I don't dream about the situations. I don't think about the situations. They just leave. And lately, I've calmed down on my smoking. And I have been sober for a lot of days. And I probably smoke every once in a while now. And I've been sober. So me being sober, it's like I'm having nightmares again and stuff like this. Like even when my parents, because, you know, I am going to agree, I did disrespect how I left the back door open. But I did that because I didn't have a key. And I was coming back. But, you know, my dad woke up and, you know, he told me don't come back. And which I didn't argue with them about. But they didn't know that where I was staying, I wasn't staying with a friend. Some guy picked me up and I was sleeping next to a total stranger. Living in the efficiency with a total stranger. I didn't know this man from sugar to shit. I was just scared. I stayed prayed up. I was scared and I just prayed. I just didn't want this man to do nothing to me. But by the grace of God, he was actually a good guy. He used to just come there, leave me money, bring me food, and he would leave and go get his own room. And after that incident, I met this guy that I thought I really cared about. And my mom felt like I needed a new change or whatever. So, they was like, I need to go to Atlanta. And at the time, I didn't want to leave. I didn't want to move. I didn't want to leave because I felt like the separation was because I was dating him. But at the time, now that I'm older, I know that's not why my mama sent me to Georgia. But I hated it so much. And I felt like with me hating it, I was going to get nothing but negative results in the end. And that's exactly what I got. I got negative results in the end. But when they say at the end of each tunnel, there's a green light. I mean, there's a light. I met my light. And my light was so good to me. I met my light. My light helped me get my own place. My light helped me, because that's what we're gonna call him, light, because he's married, and I don't want to do that. So, but he wasn't married before this. So my light helped me get a roof over my head, helped me get money in my pocket, and then in some. And I don't know if he realized, but I am so grateful to him, because when I was in Atlanta, I had no winter clothes. My parents told me they was going to send me stuff. I know my mom had my sister in Jersey, so, it was a lot going on. But I never, I got me my mama sent me some snow boots. But I still didn't have any winter clothes. So I was in freaking Atlanta. It was like, I want to say in the 20s, going into the negatives. It was getting ready to go into negatives. That's when it snowed. I want to say that was 2014. And I was, what happened? He wanted to take me out somewhere, and I didn't have anything warm to put on. So I put on what I had, and, he was just like, no. He was like, nah. And he took me up under his wing, and he took care of me. He did things for me that nobody has ever done for me before. And I am so grateful and blessed that he had the heart to even do those things, because he didn't have to. He really didn't. But I'm thankful for that. But speaking of, I leave Atlanta and I moved to Warner Robins. And just so happened, one of my childhood friends, me and my sister that we grew up with, she moved down there. We were staying together. And fast forward, I get a job at an inventory company in Macon, Georgia. How I ended up in Macon, Georgia. And I was doing super well, super good. I met this young lady. And when I saw her, her smile just took me back. Like, I never had nobody smile at me like that, So her smile took me back. And we didn't even see eye to eye. That's the crazy part. But she was like the first person that I was able to really, besides my family, really in a relationship, to be comfortable around, be myself and stuff like that. But as the years, trumbled, things got toxic. And we had to, break up due to some differences that we had. But still, she still remains at my back. I still remain to have her back when I can. I don't force it, only when I can. If I have the time, I do. But I recently had to go to court and handle some stuff. And when I say it's just been hitting me all at one time, like bam, 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 bam. Like I can't get a break. In between me moving, because I'm packing up my house and stuff freaking everywhere. So between me moving and going through all this, I've been going to court. And me, I'm the type of person, you could call me whatever, you could say whatever you want to say about me. I don't care. But don't fucking lie on me. I don't care, but don't lie on me. Because to me, that makes me aggressive. It does. I don't care. Any form, shape, form of fashion, it makes me aggressive. And I can get pretty aggressive. I get upset. And I don't like to be like that no more. Because I feel like I'm getting older and I need to calm the hell down. So with all that coming at me at one time, I tried another suicide attempt. I was just tired because I'm like, my anxiety was up. I couldn't get to my doctor due to COVID. It was just so much going on. Like, I wrote these letters to my sister and my brother, and I don't think they really understood what it meant. Cause I was talking to my sister for a while, and I'm just so stressed out. Like, people get stressed out, don't get me wrong. It's always somebody out there whose situation is way worse than what you're going through. That was not the case. I was just so tired because I'm like, damn, I'm not smoking. I'm having nightmares again about these men. And I'm just like, I can't do this. I don't want to dream about this stuff anymore. It's been years. This stuff should be gone. I should have to deal with none of this anymore. So I tried, like I told you, I tried another suicide attempt. And I guess God was like, no. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to just say God was like, no. And even when I say God, my faith is so rocky, like, it's ridiculous because it's like, coming up, you was taught, the Bible, church. But as you get older and, you do some research and you do all this stuff, and it's just like, damn, like, is there a God? If there is a God, why would he let me go through the things that I went through? Why would he not have my mom believe me when I was getting hurt? If there's a God, why did he not stop it? And I just feel like, damn, all these people used to see me always happy with a smile on my face, bubbly. Yeah, that was my facade to cover up what the hell was really going on with me. People that went in my shoes at all, so nobody could really tell me shit. That's why I really didn't care about nothing or what nobody had to say, because nobody was walking in my shoes. Nobody was experiencing what the hell I was experiencing. At the end of the day, can't nobody tell me nothing, because y'all not going through what I'm going through. And every time I try to open up and talk to y'all, my mom used to feel like when I got in trouble, I used to try to use the bad stuff to tell her, oh, this happened to me, that's why I'm doing this, because that was really what it was. I felt like when something bad happened to me, I felt like I had to react. I don't care how I react, but I had to react, because I couldn't come out and just be like, Mom, they touching me, or Mom, they doing this to me, and she'd be like, well, you said that last time just to get out of trouble, It's just fucked up. But I just wanted to come to y'all and tell y'all my story about, who I am and what's been going on with me. Why I haven't been in the scenes like that. I know I have a business. My business is still up and running. I had to do some little relocating with a couple of things on my website, but it is still up. You guys are more than welcome to shop www.mafiaminx.com. And remember to subscribe, thumbs up, and turn on that notification bell so every time I post, you guys will be the first to know. And thanks for watching. Bye-bye.